COVID-19, why you do this to me? I really don't like being stuck in quarantine. I have no toilet paper, I don't even have a snack. Hey, coronavirus, I want my life back.
You know what I need more than anything right now, right this very minute? I need a breath. It's been one of those days where, you know how you feel when you go running after a bus because you're late and you just missed it, and then you feel like that all day. Well, that's how I feel today. So, everybody join me today, and maybe you could use it as well. What kind of day did you have? Let's all just do that reset, because this is going to be a lot of fun for this show today. We're going to be talking about one of my absolute favorite topics, and that is tourism and Toronto. And so there's a lot of places and attractions which of course have had to close down, and probably the tourism sector is going to be one of the hardest hit sectors that we have because of this. So we need to do our best as Torontonians to help out where we can, and that includes patronizing some small businesses, which a lot of them are reopening on Monday, don't forget. I want to bring in Matt McNamara, who is with Tourism Toronto. Matt, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am doing fine as well. Hold on one second here. Ooh, I have to turn off my... there we go. I've had to do a whole bunch of little switches at the last minute here. We're talking tourism today, and I am a huge fan of Toronto. Absolutely huge fan of Toronto.
Yeah.
I love to promote it whenever I can. And so right now you're doing your best to try and tell people, we need to socially be distanced, but we're still worried about the tourism, or we're still concerned about the tourism season coming up.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you think about it, the tourism, the businesses that are really in the tourism industry, it's far-reaching. So you're looking at hotels, you're looking at restaurants, you're looking at museums, attractions, the CN Tower, Ripley's Aquarium. But it goes beyond that. It's cab drivers, it's Uber drivers, it's a whole ecosystem. It's the events industry. So what we're seeing now is just the total decimation of the tourism industry in Toronto, around the world, and it affects businesses differently. So you have some businesses that are able to weather the storm a little bit, and some businesses that have just closed down entirely. So it's our responsibility as locals to sort of pick up the slack and take up the onus to really support local. And our goal is that when COVID's over and we're able to kind of return back to normal, that we still have all of those bars and restaurants and attractions to go to. And the only way we're going to do that is by helping them out now.
Yeah. So this is where, as much as you're sort of waiting for the season to reopen, right now you're doing a lot of work trying to get the message across to people. We need to support who we can now, so that they'll still be there when that all important tourism season opens up.
That's exactly right. And when the season opens up, we're gonna be the tourists, right? Mm-hmm. So that's how we're gonna get ourselves out of this mess. It's gonna be us supporting local. It's going to be us, going up the CN. If you think about it, Kev, when was the last time you were up to the top of the CN Tower?
Oh, a couple of months ago.
Okay.
No. I'm the exception. I know exactly what you're saying, Matt. Being a tourist in your own city, most people would answer, "Oh, it was a grade 6 field trip."
Yeah, right. When was the last time you were at the Science Center? Ripley's Aquarium. These are businesses that are really struggling now, or just closed altogether. They're not doing anything. So we've got to kind of step up our game.
And we have to as well realize tourism is probably one of the biggest industries that is impacted by everybody else. So if the Toronto Maple Leafs aren't playing, then the restaurants aren't serving, the hotels aren't
Yeah.
full, little stores aren't selling things, and
Yeah.
it's just a snowball effect, or a domino effect past that. Let's talk about your website. I'm going to bring it up here right now. At Home with Toronto is right at the very top of the website, but the website, let me just bring up the hold on one second. There's good. The website, and pardon me again, I am just, oops, hold on. There we go. So ctorontonow.com. I'll get it eventually. Don't mind me, Matt.
He's there. He's got it.
So it shows an empty park bench, and it shows the city in the background. But there's a lot of great things on the website. So let's do a little bit of a show and tell.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. You tell me what to look at, and then I'll punch it up.
Yeah. So we've got this whole thing that's at Home in Toronto, and it kind of aggregates some of the amazing things that the tourism industry is doing across the city and artists are doing. And so if you check out articles like the 15 things you can do to keep kids entertained, for example, or how to stay in touch with culture. Articles like that. So we've kind of curated this website, not just for locals. Anyone can go to them, obviously, and explore Toronto. But, obviously locals will be some of the key people trying to tap into some of those cultural activities and supporting artists.
And there's things on here like 37 things to keep your kids busy. There are the list of this is what one really interesting thing is we've really been trying to push people to eat from the smaller establishments. I mean, yes, we order from the big people, and they are franchises here in Toronto owned by people, but far more susceptible to this has been the little 1 and 2 person operations.
Yep, absolutely. Because those are the ones that I set up top. What's my email here? I set up the top that those are the ones that are going to be struggling the most, and it's those small businesses that are really, and you've seen that, you've read about that in Toronto Star and Block TO and all these websites that they're the ones that are not being able to weather the storm. So if you have a favorite pizza place that's around the corner, or a favorite Indian restaurant that's right across the street from you, go there, get some takeout, get delivery. There's this initiative called Takeout Day, #Takeout Day. It's happening every Wednesday, and it's encouraging everyone right across Canada to go ahead and order takeout to support local businesses. So absolutely, go ahead and do that. And one thing we did at Tourism Toronto locally was create a website called togotoronto.com, and this is a website dedicated to any restaurant in Toronto that's offering takeout or delivery. There's more than 400 restaurants on there right now, and you can click on the website. It's up to date. There's no cost for the restaurants to join, and there's no cost to you to obviously use the site. So
okay, so I've got it punched up here. So let's look at, let's say downtown. All right. So and these are familiar names. But you realize, yes, this is really important that we keep them alive. And that's what we're going to be doing now and after as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Even if it's ordering a gift certificate from a restaurant and using it later, those things count, and then they count towards the bottom line, and they help keep people employed.
Okay, so that's Wednesdays usually, right? That you were saying. Now we want people to do it every day of the week, of course. However,
if you have the means, of course. If you want to take it every time.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm sure some people are actually. So
maybe you come back on Tuesday, and you and I go over some of these and give people an idea. So Wednesday they're ready to hashtag Takeout Wednesday.
I would love to. That'd be great.
All right. There you go. Invitation right here on the air. The other thing, too, that you've been talking about is things to do, such as the streaming. And I've got it. You sent me a couple. So I've got a list here of 2 of your favorite streams. Choir.
Yeah. So have you taken part? Have you done this before? This is pretty cool. So this started it started at Clinton Tavern in 2011. And it's just basically it's a weekly drop-in singing event. You go there and you're given a sheet and you sing songs ranging from pop songs to country songs to rock songs. And what they've done is they've gone digital to support people during COVID-19. So they started, I think they called it the choir team, which was cute.
They're amazing. Choir is absolutely amazing. And they're a Toronto gem.
Yeah, they're a Toronto gem. And so on Facebook, on this platform, they do a live stream. They're doing one on Sunday. It's going to be it's a Mother's Day themed one with Fleetwood Mac. So check that out. Go on there, sing some Fleetwood Mac. Have a great time. It's so much fun. Yeah, it's great.
All right.
And you know what? Here's the thing. It's like I think we can all use a release right now.
Oh, most definitely.
You took a breath at the beginning of the show. Like I think everyone could use it. Who doesn't want to just sit in their living room and just sing their heart out and just know that there's thousands of other people joining them on the broadcast. So pretty fun.
So they're on Facebook at Choir X3, so at Choir times 3. At the other one too that you bring up. This is interesting as well. I had a chance to look at a few of them, and that is the Toronto Symphony weekly performances.
Yes, so they partnered with the Toronto Star, and they're doing this musical moment series every week, where musicians. Obviously not all of them. There's so many musicians at the TSO, but a group of them will get together and they're performing renditions of classical music every week. It's incredible. It's great. It's so powerful and it's really fun. So if you get a chance, check it out. It's if you Google Toronto Star TSO, you'll get that.
Yeah, and I've got the address here, thestar.com/musical moments. And what's really interesting about it is the performers are in their own homes. So it's not you're not seeing the whole symphony together. Sometimes you're seeing 2 or 3 people play together, but distanced through Zoom or other mediums. Yeah. But you're seeing them in their homes. You're seeing someone in their rec room or in their kitchen, which is really interesting.
And I don't even know how they do it. Like, how do they? I have no idea how they time that out. No clue.
It is absolutely amazing, and again, another Toronto gem. So I want to play a game with you.
Okay. All right.
Because as you know, I'm a Toronto nerd.
Yes.
All right.
Me too.
And although I love the CN Tower, I love the Science Center and the ROM and Casa Loma, I tend to, when people come visiting, I tend to take them to more obscure places.
Sure.
So we are going to play something called Kevin's Isolators. Where in Toronto quiz are you set to play? Our contestant today, Matt McNamara from Tourism Toronto. Are you set to play, Matt?
I am set to play.
All right. Here is your first question, Matt. Okay,
before we go forward, let me just say, I'm going to look directly in the camera. If my boss is watching, I may not get these all right. I'm sorry.
All right, Matt. Sometimes called Simcoe Cabin, the oldest known structure is where in Toronto? Sometimes called Simcoe Cabin, the oldest known building, is where in Toronto?
It's a cottage, isn't it?
It was a home.
It was a home. Okay, I'm gonna guess. The oldest known structure is in North Toronto. I have no idea.
Okay, all right. Here you go. Here's the answer. It's actually on the CNE grounds now. It's Scatting Cabin.
Okay. So I got cottage cabin sort of.
Yeah, definitely. It was actually owned built by John Scatting in 1794. It was over the Don River, and they moved it over to the exhibition.
Yeah, I went north thinking that maybe the river was. Anyway, yeah, okay.
All right.
See, this is good. This is good knowledge and intel.
Not doing so well. You have no points on the board right now.
And I'm failing.
Okay. Question number 2.
Yeah.
A portion of a building carved sometime prior to 300 AD still stands where in Toronto? So this portion of building was actually created in 300 AD, even though Toronto really is not that old.
No, yeah. Fort York?
No.
Okay. Can we...
I can give you a clue, but I don't think it'd be a very good one. It's actually standing it's actually standing beside Toronto City Hall in Nathan Phillips Square.
It's funny. I was going to say that because another fun fact: there's a piece of the Berlin Wall in Nathan Phillips Square. Um,
Where is
uh,
that?
it's just at the base of Nathan Phillips Square. There's a piece of the Berlin
Okay.
Wall that was transported over. Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, everybody. I wasn't even watching your answers off to the side here. Okay. So,
Are people getting it right?
I'm not sure. So I want to find out, does anybody know there's a piece, there is a something that was carved and was used in a building. And it was actually, I'll give you a bit more of a clue, it was actually quarried in Egypt and brought to Rome and used in a Roman building sometime between 300 and 400 AD. Anyone? Anyone? Okay, obviously, Matt, you can't phone a friend because
No,
nobody else.
no.
All right, here is your answer.
Okay.
This is actually beside Toronto City Hall, very obscure place too. I'm not happy where it is. It's a Roman column that was quarried in Egypt around 300 AD and used in a Roman building. It was actually brought here from the mayor of Rome and given to Mayor Nathan Phillips as a sort of a gesture of peace in 1957. I really encourage people to go and take a look at this. It's really in a place that's, kind of in the back and beyond on the west side of City Hall. They moved Winston Churchill's statue back there too, and nobody ever goes back there.
What's back there? It's true.
Yeah, the Winston Churchill statue used to be right across from the Sheraton, right front and center, and now everything's back there. So yeah, sad, but it's interesting. All right, Matt, let's check the scoreboard.
0-2.
Yeah, okay. All right. There used to be a lot of rivers in Toronto and streams, and hundreds of them have been buried, many for health reasons, others just simply for progress. One of the biggest was Garrison Creek, which is one of Toronto's lost rivers.
Yep.
So I'm going to ask you this question now. This is question number 3. While most old bridges have been destroyed, you can still see the top of one intact, still reaching out of its grave. Where in Toronto? So there's a portion of this bridge, as it was, that is still sticking out of the ground. People
Is it
drive.
by Don Valley?
No.
No.
So Garrison Creek over, of course, by
It's over by Garrison.
Yeah, by
Okay.
Garrison. Yeah, so that'd
I'm
be
actually living over by Garrison. Creek.
Okay, yeah. So it's for people who don't know, it's in an area in West Toronto and West Old City of Toronto. Runs through the Christie Pits and towards Fort York.
Uh,
So it's a portion of a bridge that's still sticking out. Is that Trinity Bellwoods? No, Kathy, it's not.
South of there, right?
No, it'd be north of Trinity Bellwoods. Well, no, it'd sort of be around Trinity Bellwoods, but it come. You know what? It's near the Christie Pits.
I
And
don't know.
Kathy, you were correct. Kathy says there are 2 bridges buried. Yes, there are.
Wow, good intel. I don't know the answer. So
And it's not Old Mill, Heather. Here's the answer for you. The answer is on Harvard Street, right at the south end of Christie Pits. There is the wall of the bridge, or the pedestrian wall of the bridge, that was buried many years ago. Hold on, Parker. I think we went to another answer there. Hold on. Go back to go back to the I know. Just go back to a split screen if you could. That was my fault. My editing. So yes, it when you're driving down Harvard and you sort of go over a bit of it, you go through a bit of a dip just at Christie Pits, there is the wall of what looks like a bridge abutment there for no reason, because there's no bridge, but there's a bridge underneath you that you're still driving. Now, I don't know if City Council was just too lazy to destroy the whole thing, or they left it there for sentimentality. I don't know. So, yeah. Do you know the one I'm talking about? Matt?
Yes, I do. I do know the one you're talking about.
Oh, okay,
Yep.
good. Okay, good. All right.
Yep.
So let's bring up the scoreboard. 3-zip. These are hard. You know what? These are obscure questions.
These are hard. These are tough.
This is. I'm like a Toronto nerd. All right. If you're
Yeah.
going to go on a tour with me, I'm kind of like the Kramer reality tour. Right. Okay. Okay. Mary Pickford. Arguably one of the first movie stars in the world.
Yes.
And that is our next question. Number 4. Known as America's sweetheart and the world's first movie star, Mary Pickford lived where in Toronto? Matt?
I do, in fact, know this answer.
Oh, okay.
She lived on University Avenue, allegedly.
Okay, now I'm going to give you the point on that one, only because I feel sorry for you.
Thank you.
Can you be any more specific? And you know what? Not a lot of people are getting these answers from the message board either, so You're not alone.
Okay.
Heather,
like the actual address?
I don't. You don't have to get the actual address, but you could tell me more specific location.
Oh,
what stands there now?
So let's guess University and Queen.
You know what? I'll give it to you. I'm giving you the one. All right, let's take a look at the answer. It's actually where Sick Kids Hospital was. Now, at the time, the address was 211 University Avenue. And there's actually a bust of Mary Pickford there that people walk by every day, and I bet you they don't even notice the thing standing there. So it's right at University and Elm on that'd be the northeast corner of University and Elm. So there you go. So you had University Avenue. All right, you're on the board.
Yeah, pretty good.
You're on the board. All right. A lot of people do not realize the light bulb was actually invented in Toronto 5 years before Thomas Edison had a chance to show off his light bulb at Menlo Park.
Yep.
So let's go to our next question because it has to do with that. The light bulb was invented where in Toronto? The light bulb was invented where in Toronto?
So I know who invented the light bulb.
Yeah.
It was Matthew Evans.
Oh, very good. I'm giving you extra points for that.
Thank you. It was Matthew Evans and another individual whose name I don't know.
Henry Woodward. Oh,
Woodward.
You can flub the rest of this question. Just the fact you got that obscure thing, you've got points.
Thank you. It was invented 5 years before Edison in Toronto, and they sold the patent to Edison.
Yes.
But I do not know where it was. I don't know.
Can you tell me what Matthew Evans' occupation was?
I have no idea. I just knew I've read it previously, but what was it?
I was trying to make you look good there, Matt.
I know, and I'm let's be honest. In the time of COVID, I know there's
okay,
but I didn't know his name.
Here is the answer. Henry Woodward and partner Matthew Evans displayed the first viable incandescent light bulb at Morrison's Brasserie, which was on Adelaide Street in 1874. First Canadian place stands there now. They tried to get financiers, but they were scared off by the massive costs of it, so they gave up and sold the patent to Thomas Edison, who used it and ran with it. He improved on it. I'll give him that. Thomas Edison was known for buying up patents and getting other inventors to do his work for him. But he did not display the light bulb, which had already been displayed earlier here in Toronto in 1874. He did not display it until 1879 in Menlo Park. All right, well, I'm going to give you 2 points for that one.
Ah, amazing.
Just the fact you brought Matthew Evans out of there. That was really good. All right. Okay. Let me see. Question where are we? Number 6, I think. Okay. This one I just happened upon a couple of weeks ago, to tell you the truth. All right, so go ahead. Let's go with question number 6. 20 years before he created the Canada National Vimy Memorial in France, a beautiful memorial, Walter Allward sculpted a bust for a monument here in Toronto. So once again, this happened before Vimy Ridge. So he sculpted a bust for a monument, which is located where in Toronto?
Oh, I don't know. I would love to know the answer to that one.
Okay. This, I happened upon one of my walks. There is a park at Niagara, just near Adelaide. And it is called Victoria Memorial Park. And the bust that is in the center of that park is a monument to the War of 1812. This was actually one of Toronto's very first cemeteries, was here. So if you have a chance, go out. And again, it's in the middle of a neighborhood. It's not a place the general public tends to go. So it is on Niagara Street, Victoria Memorial Square.
I'm going to walk there this weekend and have a little gander.
Interesting about the Vimy Memorial, by the way. There was, at the time, during the Second World War, there was a report that came out of a Montreal newspaper that said that the Germans had bombed it.
Oh, wow.
Hitler, though, is said to have loved the memorial and was so angry at the Montreal paper that he went, and you can look this up, I don't have the pictures here, sadly. He went to the Canada National Memorial at Vimy Ridge and had pictures taken of him in front of it to show that it was still intact. And for the rest of the war, posted a guard there to make sure that nothing happened to it. He loved it. He loved the sculptures or the memorial because it was a memorial dedicated to peace and not to war. So I guess maybe that's why it was spared his wrath. Okay. This is now sadly I'm going to take you out of the point run. In fact, I'm just going to give you the point on this one because you can't see the picture as we go to answer or question number 7. Are you all set?
Yep.
These towering vaulted gold ceilings do not hover over a museum, but some offices in Toronto. These are beautiful vaulted ceilings, just incredible, and they're just simply over some people's offices. Where in Toronto? I don't know if you can get it from that description.
I'll guess.
Okay, go ahead.
Is it near the Carlu?
No.
Okay. Is it maybe down by Yonge and Queen?
King.
Oh, that Chase restaurant is on top of that.
It is actually Commerce Court North.
Oh, okay.
So you go in there, and I encourage people. It's open to the public. You go in, and they've got these gorgeous ceilings, and it used to be a bank, Commerce Bank, and now people actually work and are able to look up at this every day. It is the most incredible, awe-inspiring thing. And so if you have a chance, basically King and Yonge, go right in, and there's a whole bunch of other art in there that is definitely worth seeing. Okay. Okay. Here we go. This is another question for you, Matt. How you feeling? How you feeling, Matt?
I'm feeling less confident than I was coming into it.
Okay. All right, these are tough.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people are getting it as well off to the side. Okay. Next question.
Yeah.
Hold on here. And it is, with roughly the same square footage as a school bus, the smallest house in the city is where in Toronto, Matt?
It's called the Little House.
Yes.
And it's on Day Street. I just don't know the exact address.
You are correct. 128 Day Street. Good for you.
Boom.
Smallest house in Toronto. And it basically, someone took advantage of a loophole in what was supposed to be a laneway and built a house there. And like I say, 300 square feet. But when you get right down to it, isn't that all you need?
It's about the same size as my condo.
Oh, yeah. But you're not stuffed between two other houses.
Yes.
But it is true. You know, when you get right down to it, it is about the same size as a condo.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Day Street is out in the West End under Lansdowne. Where is it? Lansdowne, Davenport area?
It's on Rogers Road, near Rogers Road.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's go to this next question. This is an art question for you. All right. Here we go. It was illegal and ordered destroyed. In fact, was destroyed and recreated and destroyed several times until the city finally gave in. It is now on display. Where in Toronto?
What was the thing? It's a piece of art?
It was an artwork, yes.
Okay.
It was an artwork.
I have no idea. I do not know. How's Facebook guessing on this one?
Let's see. Okay, hold on. Let's see. I'm going to see what
I did there? I totally just...
Yeah, exactly. You're trying to say, if I'm not getting it, nobody else is getting it. Okay, what's your answer, folks? Let's put the question back up again if we could. It's not in Cochrane. No, it is not, Debbie. It was an illegal piece of artwork. It was created in 1971, Kathy, if that's what Kathy just asked that. Destroyed and ordered destroyed and redone, destroyed, redone, destroyed. No guesses.
I think the plans for the gardener.
You're almost. You know what? You're close there.
Oh,
You're
really?
close there.
Okay.
It is. How about if I tell you it's along the Don Valley Parkway?
Okay. What? There's a piece of artwork along the Don Valley Parkway?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Oh, you're going to kick yourself for this one.
I probably am.
All right. It's the Rainbow Bridge.
I was going to guess that, but I was like, that can't be it.
The Don Valley Parkway.
What's the significance of the Rainbow Bridge?
This was painted by a gentleman named B.C. Johnson. It was marking the first-year anniversary of a friend's death in this area of the parkway near Lawrence. Well, it was considered graffiti at the time, so the city painted it over. He painted it again. They painted it over. At one point, he had tied ropes to the railway track on top to hang down and paint, and a train went over it, and he nearly killed himself because of that. Other people took up the cause and kept repainting it. So the city just finally threw its arms up and said, okay, we'll leave it there. And it has become a landmark.
Yeah, I used to drive by it every day as a kid. It was great.
Yeah.
Love that piece.
It's interesting how some of these so-called public art pieces get there. I know the bull on Wall Street in New York was never commissioned by the city or anything. It was dumped off one day by an artist, and it was just too heavy to move, and nobody knew what to do with it, so they left it there. Now it's one of the most visited sites in Lower Manhattan.
Yep.
Okay, you have a chance here. I'm going to. What's the score?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think. I don't know if I'm.
Let's say
500 yet.
Let's say it's 5-4 Toronto. Okay, I'm going to give you 2 points on this one if you get it.
Okay.
Which would give you the win.
Okay. Good. Great.
Okay. All right. Next question. Babe Ruth. His 714 home run record stood for 40 years. The Babe hit his first ever Major League homer where in Toronto? Or I shouldn't say Major League because it was a minor league team, and I'm going to correct that. I'm the one who wrote that, so it's my fault. So it was a minor league, but it's still professional. So his first professional home run was done where in Toronto?
It was done on Toronto Island.
Yes, 2 points right there. There's the win.
Yep. More specifically, it's over by Hanlon's.
You're right. Wow. Okay, I'm giving you 2 more points. Holy cow!
I think there's a plaque there now.
Yes, there are. We're looking at the plaques right now. There used to be a baseball stadium, Maple Leaf Stadium. Believe it or not, you can see the fairy ducks in the bottom there for Hanlon's Point. There used to be the Toronto Maple Leafs, a baseball club, played in the minor leagues. I think it was the International League. But anyway, it was September 5th, 1914. Babe Ruth had been picked up by the Providence Grays of the International League, and they were playing the Maple Leafs, and that's where he got his first home run. There's a myth, a legend that the ball is somewhere still in Lake Ontario. People have looked. I don't know. Can you go for some bonus points here? Do you know who won the game and what the score was?
I do not.
Okay.
That is a level of knowledge I wish I knew.
Okay, well, it's the Maple Leafs, so you got to have the score. You got to have a score of 0 for the Leafs, and the Providence Grays 9. It was 9-0 for the Leafs.
Wow.
Oh, did you say somebody put a comment up there, Parker? Do you want to put that one up? Just a second here. So bear with me. Pardon? Do you see it there? Where is it? Okay, hold on. Oh, here it is. Is Maureen Bryan?
Oh no, that's my aunt.
That's your aunt. Okay.
What is she saying?
It says, "So sweet, Kevin. Isn't Matt a good sport?" She's sticking up for you. I think that's sticking up.
Thank you, Aunt Mo. Really appreciate that.
All right, Matt. Just going to take this here. Matt, thank you very much for playing. Kevin's Isolators where in Toronto? This is why I'm so harried right now. You take over, Parker. This is why I'm so harried right now. I spent all afternoon working on this stupid quiz. And so I've been working
an extensive amount of Toronto knowledge. It's really impressive.
Well, and this is what I want people to do. I want them to discover their city, and I want them to share it with others. And when people do come to this city, yes, by all means, take them to all these places, but take them to our neighborhoods.
Yeah. I did the city bus tour you can do around Toronto.
What is
You know
that?
the bus tours that you can take.
Yes.
around
Oh,
Toronto?
yes. Okay. Yes. Sorry.
Yeah, they're incredible. The amount of knowledge that these
Hmm.
tour guides have. I learned so much about Toronto on that tour. So if you get a chance once, we're allowed it's out again, take one of those tours because they're incredible.
Of course, I'm going to be asking them to take me to the buried bridge and things like that. So, um, let's talk more then about what people can do for tourism in Toronto, because tourism affects us all, is
Mm,
important to us all. So please don't think, oh, it's just the CN Tower, it's just this restaurant,
yeah,
it's just that. It brings millions of dollars into this city.
10 billion, in fact.
$10 billion.
Well, that's the total economic
Yeah.
impact of it. But yeah, it's 10 billion. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
lot.
And so we need to be concerned about this. So I'm just thinking that when it comes time, uh, for reopening, that
Hmm.
we should start I'm going to do my best to make sure that we get the word out to
Yeah,
everyone in Ontario, to Canada, North America, and the world. Come and see us. Everybody else is going to be competing as well, but come on and see us.
yeah, and that counts for not just people far away in Australia and Asia and Europe, even within the drive market here. If you're coming from Ottawa, coming from further in the 905, come into the city and experience the lights again, and take it in. Yeah, and that's where it's really going to start. We always talk about we talk about visitors, we talk about people who are coming from other countries, but a lot of our visitors come from the local market, and them coming to the city is going to make a huge impact.
All right. Okay, Matt. So Tuesday, you're going to come back,
Let's do it. Yeah, it's
and
great.
and we're going to do a togotoronto.com kind of push for Wednesday. And
Let's
that's
do it
what
up. It'd be great.
yeah, for sure. We're going to give people great ideas. Now, don't think, folks, I'm giving away free meals or anything like that, because these places are struggling. I'm not going to ask them for anything free. The incentive is going to be keep this city running and keep businesses opening, and keep this going. So I want everybody to come back. Matt's going to come back on Tuesday. And Matt, I want your homework assignment right
Yes.
now is,
So
first of
to do
all,
better quizzes.
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
But second, I want you to maybe highlight a few. Like, I know I don't want to just favor anybody, but maybe some more obscure things that people may not have even had realized that are there. So let's go over the list with a fine tooth comb.
Yep. Let's do it. That'd be great.
All right, Matt. Thank you very much for joining me.
Thanks for having me. It was great.
All right, Matt McNamara from Tourism Toronto. So once again, I worked hard on that quiz. We should run that thing again. Thank you, Parker. It is. It is. I mean, just take the Skype audio down there if you could. There we go. Yeah, and you have. Yes. Do I seem more rattled than usual? That's because I was working on that quiz literally all afternoon. I was having so much fun with it, and then I realized, holy cow! At 6:00, that's why I haven't shaven. Who noticed I didn't shave? Who didn't? Somebody right off the beginning of the show saying, Kevin, you didn't shave. That's right. I didn't have time. I don't have deodorant on right now. Yeah. So there. So much coming up. By the way, show number 50 in Kevin's Isolators will be Saturday. So to mark that milestone, I want to give the show to you. I want to hear from you. I need some isolators. So this is where I need some help from you guys. I need you to get in touch with me. Now you can do that in any you know how to get in touch with me through Messenger, Facebook, through Twitter, and if you need to DM me, I'll follow you. You can also email me, firstaidforyourmentalhealth@gmail.com. Very simple. firstaidforyourmentalhealth@gmail.com. What I'm looking first of all, for some isolators to join me on the panel. So you're going to join me via Skype. Don't worry. There's nothing special you have to prepare for. I'm not doing another Toronto quiz. I want to talk about a number of topics about isolation, how we've been doing 50 days later. I also want to bring some people in on the phone. So if you're not going to join us in Skype, so give me all your contact details and your phone numbers. I'm not selling any of this information. I promise you that. So give me phone numbers. Give me what you want to talk about. I want to know about some special videos, special things maybe that have happened to you during isolation that you want to share. if you want to sing a song, you want to talk about your business, I don't care. The sky's the limit. But I need to start planning now. So please get in touch with me. Leave me some contact information, email, phone number, et cetera, et cetera. Tell me if you'd prefer to be on Skype or on the phone, and you can be a part of Kevin's Isolators. And that is coming up on Saturday. The mayor is here Monday. I'm glad he's here Monday because that is the day that many retail businesses will be allowed to open again that offer curbside service. I also let you know I found out yesterday from Dr. Jason Fung. He is the guy who wrote the book, literally, on intermittent fasting. Will be joining me sometime next week here on Kevin's Isolators. And don't forget, Matt is coming back on Tuesday, and we are going to talk about all the great restaurants in this city that are still opening and offer some great meals. Why am I so frazzled? Oh, Cindy, I just frazzled because I've been editing that quiz all afternoon long and trying to do all the work that goes along with that. So that's why I'm so frazzled. So I'm going to take a breath. I hope you take a breath as well. Got to go make supper now. I can't believe. Can you see outside? You can see outside. It's. I don't know. Can I turn that? I'll put that up there. There you go. I can't believe when we started. Keep in mind when we started Kevin's Isolators. When we started Kevin's Isolators, it was dark by this time. Look at that beautiful sunny sky. I can't even straighten it out, Parker. Okay, everybody, that's it. I really, really need to go and have a rest. So thanks for joining me. I hope you had a good time. Keep happy, keep positive, keep the good vibes going. Stop putting negative things on your social media and don't forward negative things. We've got enough of that in this world. So most of all, be good to yourself and be good to each other.
COVID-19, why you do this to me? I really don't like being stuck in quarantine. I have no toilet paper, I don't even have a snack. Hey, coronavirus, I want my life back. Well, hey, coronavirus, I want my life back. Well,